Hey guys, my name is Rachel, and if you are watching this, that's because you are here to listen to a guided restorative flow. I will be guiding you along. It should be about 20 minutes, but it's kind of up to you how long you want to stay in each pose. This flow is really great for people who maybe run a lot, bike, maybe people who get home from a long day at work and sit at a desk all day and just need to move their body when they get home. It's just a very simple restorative flow. It's great, even in the mornings when you first wake up and you just want to move your body and get some blood flowing. This is a great, easy, simple routine for you. You can do it any time of day. And I wanted to make it that easy that you wouldn't even need a mat or anything. You could just do it on the carpet or just wherever you want. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. We're actually going to go ahead and get on our feet into extended mountain. Inhaling in, extending those arms up towards the sky. You can do an optional crescent, opening up that chest, leaning back, almost like you're trying to get back into a back bend. Come back up to center. Exhale, forward fold into ragdoll. Make sure those feet are about hip width distance apart. Then clasp onto those elbows and just let your head hang. Those elbows hang as well. Inhale. Exhale, try to sink a little deeper. If you're trying to get your elbows to touch the ground, lifting those sit bones up towards the sky. If you want, you can just come into forward fold. It's your practice, whatever your body needs. Maybe even pedaling out your feet a little bit. On your next inhale, roll back up to mountain. And this time we're going to do a crescent with our hands behind our back, right on the small of our back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward folds. Again, lifting those sit bones up towards the sky. And then gently moving your body down into box or hands and knees. Making sure your knees are even with your hips, wrists even with shoulders. And we'll go ahead and start some cat-cows. Start moving your spine up and down. Following your breath. You can move your hips around if you need to. Whenever you're ready, come back to center and go ahead and step your right foot into a low lunge. Keeping that back knee on the ground and that back foot tucked. So it should be your left leg in the back. We're just in a lunge. We're going to press our hips forward and try to get that stretch, opening that left hip. This will feel really good if you just ran a little bit or you just biked for a while. Should feel really good on your hips. And your hand placement is kind of up to you. You can keep your hands on the mat. If you want, you can bring them to your hips. You could even bring them up. You can come into a crescent. It's kind of just whatever your body wants. Don't forget to breathe through it. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Bring your hands back down to the mat and move that right leg back to center to box. You can take a few cat cows. And now we'll do the same thing on the left side. Step that left foot forward. You might need to move that right knee back a little bit. Go ahead, go into that low lunge. Again, hand placement up to you. And breathe into that stretch. If your hands are not back on the mat, go ahead and move them down. Move that left leg back into box. Optional cat-cows. Now we'll move into half pigeon, right leg forward. So you're going to keep your hands like they're in box. Bring your right knee to the right wrist and try to bring that right ankle, foot as close as possible to your left hand or left wrist. You might be able to bring it all the way up and have a straight line here. Maybe not. Maybe your foot's back and that's okay and it looks like a 7. It's whatever you need it to be. Go ahead and come into that half pigeon, keeping that back foot, that left foot tucked to protect that knee. And you can stay up like this. You can come down to your forearms. You can do fully extended half pigeon. You get into a comfortable stretch because you'll be here for just a minute. Breathe. In through the nose, and then out through the nose. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but obviously the cicadas are out right now. And just being in this half pigeon outside, hearing the cicadas, oh my god. Everyone please, if you can, go outside, practice some yoga with the cicadas. It's so, if you don't mind the heat, do it. If your mind starts to wander while you're in this pose, you start thinking about how uncomfortable it's getting or how the stretch is just feeling some type of way. Just bring your thoughts back to your breath. Go ahead and bring your hands back up towards your knee and your ankle. And safely make your way back into box. You might have to move that left leg back up. Use your hands to push your right leg off the ground. And same thing, we're going to do it on the left side. So, left knee to left wrist. There's a slide on my arm. And your left ankle to your right wrist as close as you can get. Extend that right leg back out. Tucking in the right foot. And then just get comfortable, that comfortable stretch that you know you can sit through this and breathe through this. And your left side might look completely different from your right side, and that's okay. Our bodies are different and crazy and adjust, and that's okay. And your half pigeon might not even look remotely like mine, and that's also okay. And if today is one of those days that you just cannot do this pose, your body just is fighting it, I can show you some modifications. So I'll come onto my bottom, and I'll just bring that left foot up into like a figure four, and then use my hands to push my body forward, and you'll feel that same stretch in that hip, or like that glute. Feel the same stretch. And also, come onto your back, same foot placement, you just pull on that right leg. You can extend. Maybe you have a knee injury or a foot injury, ankle injury, anything like that. This would be your best modification. Make sure those hips are parallel with the ground. One hip isn't sticking up higher than the other or off kilter in any way. Go ahead and gently come back into box. Maybe you came into the modification and you need to roll back up. And just swing your legs back around. Back into our box. We're actually going to make our way to a child's pose. So untuck those toes. Bring your knees as wide as you want. If you're more flexible, you can bring them wider. Maybe today you're not feeling it and you need to bring them closer. And just take your butt back to your heels and stretch those hands forward. And breathe. You could even bring your hands into prayer hands and push them back towards your shoulder blades. Maybe bringing your elbows in a little closer. Just getting a little bit of a stretch in the back of the arms. This is optional. When you're ready, come back into box. We're going to actually make our way down to our bottoms. Swinging our feet forward, and we're going to do a seated forward fold. Extend those legs, flex those feet. Breathe in, stretch out, reach towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Try to make sure those knees aren't locked. So soften them. Maybe you can't, touch your toes yet. That's okay. Maybe just try to reach for your shins. Maybe you just try to reach for your ankles. Then you get to your heels and your toes. Maybe you can bring your nose all the way to your knees. As long as you're breathing into the stretch, you're still flowing. Go ahead and slowly roll back up. one vertebrae at a time. You're going to bring those feet in towards your center. Bring your feet together. Big toe mound to big toe mound, heel to heel. You can bring your feet as close as you want into you, or you can keep them out farther. It's really up to you. And you're just going to hinge at your hips and fold forward. If you can try to get your hands or your forearms on the ground or on the mat. You should feel a pretty good stretch in your inner thighs. It's my favorite stretches to do in the morning. I don't even know why. It just feels good. Use your breath to see if you can go a little bit deeper into the pose. Maybe even getting those palms onto your mat. This is gonna kind of prep you for the next pose. Inhale and roll back up. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring our feet out farther from our bodies. This pose is called turtle. You're gonna bring your forearms underneath those calves, placing your forearms on the ground, hands directly on the ground as well, and you're just gonna let your body hang forward. And then letting your head just fall. If you want, you can bring your feet closer. It's just kind of up to you. Get comfortable. And just breathe. Maybe the run you had today, your pace wasn't as great as you'd hoped, or maybe your bike today you didn't go as far as you'd hoped, or maybe work was super stressful, or you had to deal with health issues or relationship issues, anything that you're facing right now. In this pose, just try to let that go, using the breath. Inhaling and just exhaling, falling deeper into the pose and just letting go. Letting go of the doubts and the negativity, anything stopping you. Inhale, you're going to roll back up, gently removing your forearms from underneath your calves. Rolling back up to seated. We're going to lie on our backs now, coming into one of my all-time favorite poses. It's called Baby Bear or Happy Baby, whatever you want to call it. But you're going to lift your legs up. Try to either grab onto your ankles or, if you can, your feet, bringing your legs out wide and trying to bend your knees like you're trying to get your knees down towards the ground, but also lifting those heels up towards the sky. And you kind of want to push into your feet while you're pulling down with your hands. And maybe you have to be here because you got to keep that tailbone on the mat. But you should feel a good stretch in your hips right now. And I get it, it's a kind of weird pose, but you'll thank yourself later, I promise. Maybe you start rocking your baby, swaying your hips side to side, getting that little lower back massage. A few more breaths here. Go ahead and bring your legs back down to your mat. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly, bringing those heels and big toe mounts together, spreading your legs wide, but keeping your back on the mat. You feel, again, a little stretch in the inner thighs. If you want, you can bring your hands to your chest and your belly. Start to take some deeper inhales and steady exhales. When you're ready, make your way into Shavasana, extending your legs out in front of you, a little wider than hip distance apart, letting your feet fall where they want and your hands fall where they want. You can also keep them on your chest and your belly as well. And come into that final resting pose, Shavasana. Find those deep inhales and the steady exhales. And rest. Your mind starts to wander to the things that you did today. Try to bring it back to that breath, back to the body, back to the mat, the carpet, or the bed, or wherever you're at right now. Gently start to wiggle your toes, your fingers, even wiggle your nose, bringing slight motion, just a little bit of movement back into your body. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees to your chest, give them a big hug, rock a little bit. And roll to your favorite side, right or left. And make your way up to seated position. Thank you guys for following along with me today. I really appreciate you being here, and even just checking out this video, seeing what yoga is about, seeing if you can do some stretching. Any reason you're here, I really greatly appreciate it. And if you have any feedback, have any questions, literally anything, let me know, message me, DM me. I don't care. I want to be here for you guys because I believe this practice can help you process the day, get you and your body back into the present. We really need that right now. We really need to focus on our mental health, and I think this really makes a difference for me, and I think it would make a difference for a lot of people right now. And even just movement of your body helps with general health. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, again, just feel free to message me, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.